Hello, my name is Chris Hayden, and I'm the Director of Students and Families here at Desert Hills Presbyterian Church. And we are so excited for what's happening church-wide in April. So many things for children, students, and adults, multiple services on Easter Sunday morning. But the purpose of this video is to talk about what's happening in our children's program. So let me tell you a little bit about what's happening in both the Clubhouse, which is our preschool, and Studio 15, which is our elementary age, this month of April. Well, let's start right away with Easter Sunday morning. It's coming up and we are excited. So many things planned. Our children's ministry hour is going to be meeting during the 9:30 service. 9:30 Sunday, Easter Sunday morning. And directly after the 9:30 children's hour, we're going to be meeting in the Fellowship Center for our big Easter egg hunt. At the Easter egg hunt, there's going to be eggs, there's going to be candy, the Easter bunny is going to be bouncing around, and we have a special family photo booth for you and your children, you and your grandchildren, you, just your children, whoever you want to bring. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is directly after the 9:30 service at 10:30. So bring your neighbors, bring those you play sports with, your kids go to school with, that live on the block, your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids. It's going to be an incredible, incredible Sunday. We are so excited. Now, for the entire month, we've got two incredible themes. We go together, sort of like peanut butter and jelly. That's our Clubhouse theme. And then up in the studio, we've got Puzzled. And both themes point to Jesus Christ. We are excited. But to tell you a little bit more about each theme and what's happening on each Sunday this month, check out these videos.
So, have you ever called someone your BFF? Maybe just the sound of it has you thinking about someone right now. My friends and I, we threw those letters around a lot growing up. BFF, best friend forever. Now, that's a lot to live up to. And if you've been around a while, you know it's hard to be a BFF, even with the best of intentions, but not for Jesus. Jesus is the one friend that not only wants to be our friend forever, but he can actually keep up his end of the promise. And he went through a lot to make that possible, which is why this month we are sharing the good news with preschoolers that Jesus wants to be my friend forever. Your friend, my friend, their friend, everyone's friend forever. So we'll begin week 1 with the amazing story of Jesus walking on water. One minute the disciples are all terrified, and the next they're like, Jesus, you truly are the Son of God. I mean, who else can walk on water? So if Jesus says he'll always be with us, then Jesus will always be with us. Now, week 2, it's time to celebrate. So grab a palm leaf and wave it in the air as we learn about the time Jesus came riding down the road on a donkey. The whole town was filled with excitement because they knew Jesus could do amazing things and they all wanted to see him. Week 3 starts out sad, but it gets better, a whole lot better. We're going to talk with our preschoolers about how angry people took Jesus away and hurt him so badly that he died. But 3 days later, Jesus did something that only he can do. Jesus came back just like he said he would. Jesus is alive, and that is how Jesus can be our friend forever. Now, week 4 is one of my favorite moments Jesus shared with his friends, the disciples. There they were, out on a boat fishing. They look across the water and, could it be? It was Jesus. They quickly go ashore and they find Jesus cooking breakfast for them right there on the beach. Can you even imagine? They went from thinking they had lost their friend Jesus to eating breakfast with him on a beach. Jesus wants to be my friend forever, and that's what we want our preschoolers to believe deep in their hearts. He truly will always be with us. The best things that go together are my friend Jesus and me, and nothing, not even death, can come between us and his promise because we go together forever and ever.
Do you like puzzles? I love puzzles, especially the jigsaw kind. It's the perfect rainy day activity. Put on some music, pour pour out a puzzle and get to work. No matter how many puzzles I put together, there's always something amazing about how the tiny pieces come together to create something beautiful. You have all these pieces that seem random and out of place, sometimes like they're not even part of the puzzle you're putting together. Yet, one by one, they fit, and slowly but surely, the image comes into view. And you discover that the pieces you once thought were random actually were not random at all. They're what was needed to build the puzzle in just the perfect way. This can be a lot like life, can't it? We can experience all these random moments that make no sense while they're happening. Just think about the kids in your ministry. Maybe your town experienced a terrible hurricane. A parent lost their job. They can't seem to fit in and connect with friends. Or they get bullied at school. On top of that, we've all experienced a global pandemic. I mean, life has been, shall we say, complicated lately. And we have no idea how this will work out, if it will work out. Yet throughout each of these moments, we get the privilege to speak into the hearts of these kids. We get to remind them that even though they can't see the big picture, God still loves them. We pray, we hope that eventually we'll discover how pieces of our lives fit into the greater, more beautiful picture God is putting together. That's hope, believing that something good can come out of something bad. It's important to help kids understand that even though life will get messy and at some point we'll throw a curveball at them, even when life feels complicated and confusing, like we're holding a random puzzle piece that doesn't seem to fit, God still has a plan. And God is powerful enough to make something good come out of something that seems very bad. We think April is the perfect time of year to lean into this idea of hope. God's plan was brought to life through Jesus. Jesus is the source of our hope. And discovering more about hope is the perfect way for kids to unpack the truth of Easter. As we talk about Jesus, the source of our hope, we'll be memorizing John 16:33b. In this world, you will have trouble, but be encouraged. I have won the battle over the world. Jesus is saying that this world can come with a whole host of problems, but we can take heart and have hope because ultimately, He has overcome this world. The life, death, and resurrection of Jesus are enough to give us all the hope we will ever need. Along with our memory verse, we have 4 moments from the life of Jesus that help us remember to have hope. We start our month with a moment when Jesus brought hope to 2 sisters who thought hope was lost. When Lazarus died, his sisters were devastated. But Jesus used the opportunity to point people to God. Jesus was stronger than even death itself and raised Lazarus back to life 4 days after he died. We pray that kids will understand that even when life seems at its worst, God is with them and powerful enough to make things right. Bottom line, whatever happens, remember how powerful God is. Week 2 is when we celebrate Palm Sunday. We'll look closely at how Jesus was worshiped as he rode into Jerusalem. Yet, less than a week later, Jesus went to the cross for us. It was painful, but he endured all of it for us. We know that now, but when Jesus died, his disciples must have thought it was over, that everything they had hoped for would never come true. But God wasn't finished yet. Just like Lazarus' sisters didn't yet know the end of the story, sometimes we can't see how the story will turn out. But we need to remember the truth of our bottom line. Whatever happens, remember God is still working. Then on Easter Sunday, we blow the roof off the place and celebrate that we can have hope because Jesus is alive. All the promises are true. Everything that Jesus said and did led to this moment. Jesus made it possible for us to be whole and be with God forever. Jesus is the ultimate reason to have hope. This is something to celebrate. Bottom line, whatever happens, remember Jesus is alive. To wrap up the month, we'll look at a story of a guy we all can relate to, Thomas. When Jesus rose from the grave and appeared to his friends, Thomas needed proof in order to believe it was really him. And Jesus, in his infinite patience, showed Thomas what he needed to see. We want kids to take comfort in the fact that God is bigger than their questions. No matter what happens, we serve a God who can handle the questions and doubt that comes from all that life throws at them. Bottom line, Whatever happens, remember God is bigger than your questions. Here's the reality. No one knows at what point your kids will struggle to see how a piece of their life fits into the bigger picture that God is creating. But as a leader or a parent, you have an opportunity to lay a foundation of truth so that whatever happens, they can have hope. They can have hope because of how powerful God is, because God is bigger than their questions, because God is still working, and ultimately, because Jesus is alive.
So excited for both themes and what your kiddos are going to be learning this month here at DHPC. We have something else that's been happening. Every Sunday morning during our worship hour, we've been collecting money for Heifer International. If you haven't heard of Heifer International, it is an incredible program, and our kids are so excited about raising money to maybe buy a cow, maybe a chicken, or some bees, or I don't know. But to explain a little bit more about this, check this out. Here's Alton Brown.
This is Alton Brown for Heifer International, and I used to have a goat. All right, maybe it wasn't a goat. Maybe it was a cow or a water buffalo or a sheep or a llama or trees or chickens or even bees, in which case a leash would seem perhaps odd. Okay, my goat's not really missing. It went to a family somewhere in the world or even here at home. It went to people who really needed it. But why a goat, you might ask, or a cow, or a water buffalo, or bees? Why not send tractors if you want to help? Well, first, because in most of the places of the world where Heifer works, the nearest gas station is a very long way off, and gas probably cost about $1,000 a liter. As for a mechanic, well, that's like in the next country. And let's face it, an animal has a much better engine, one that can move people's lives. You turn it on, it gives you milk, or wool, or eggs. It plows fields, it produces, how can I say this politely, fertilizer that makes crops grow. It's like giving someone a small business because all of those products, the milk, the wool, the eggs, turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. And the animals produce livestock because, animals make baby animals. That's what they do. Try that with a tractor sometime. Anyway, the next thing you know, the family is passing on the gift, sharing the animal's offspring and the training that came with it with another family who does the same thing, and so does the next family and the next, until pretty soon you've helped to lift a whole community out of poverty. Cool, huh? You see, Heifer International isn't just about animals and training. It's about the amazing things that happen when people realize they can stand strong all on their own. Like the resourcefulness and skills they discover, the communities that grow, the attitudes that change. It's amazing. Suddenly, hope happens, and it's like somebody turned on a switch. And you know what else is amazing? It's the power you have to make the lasting change happen all over the world every day. That's where my goat went. And that's what you start with one gift to Heifer International, a gift that grows, and maybe the best, hardest working gift you'll ever give. And that, my friends, is a recipe for lasting change.
So cool. I am so excited to see what our students and what our children are able to raise for this incredible program. And then finally, this isn't happening in April, but we're starting to tell you about it. VBS is coming the last week of July. We're excited to have it here. It's going to be a big extravaganza. We want to invite the entire community for 5 straight days, 9 to noon, registration and check-in at 8:30, and then a special parents' night on Friday night. But check this video out so you can see the theme, and I'll be right back. Catch a Wave, an incredible, incredible theme. So excited. We need volunteers. We need help. We need children. So we will be having information out at the table this Easter. So make sure you stop by, grab a card. Even if you don't have any kids, grab some cards so we can advertise this in the community. Again, so many things happening in April. So excited to be part of this. Thank you so much for all the support and the prayer you are giving our kids each and every week. Make sure you check out these videos on YouTube. Not only these informational videos, but watch along with our kids and our students as they learn about Jesus Christ. So see you next month. I'm Chris. Bye-bye.